Journal entry, 26th of the month of November, in the year of our Lord, 1121. The ink in the documents had not dried yet, and my right to rule was questioned. Alas, it was my own brother Antoine. Who would have thought, when we would compete as children running through the halls, that these thoughts would fester and break out like a disease? And Faidida, my sister, whose corruption has been completed by her marriage into House Hauteville, she has been rather convinced of her own superiority, and not just in stature, yet for her to yell obscenities at our own father's funeral. Bishop Allon, my old rival, a man singularly unsuited for the task, whose incompetence had only been surpassed by my father's tolerance of it, is one I suspect being instrument in the strife, yet I have no proof, and the old man may not be with us much longer, so I shall leave matters be. For now, we have signed alliances with my brothers and reaffirmed the hold of House de Villeron. My wife, who has suffered so much in her short life, is bearing our child. A strange marriage it is, but befitting two people as broken as us. Maybe together we can bring prosperity to these lands. Languedoc, our neighboring duchy, is ruled by the son of Guillaume the Accursed of Toulouse, who has outlived my father. The son, however, is as evil as his sire. He is also not blessed with the most intelligence, and a very cruel boy so far. So we will probably get our spy master to have a look and see if she can find some secrets at his court, just so we are prepared in case these evil schemers are planning anything to the detriment of Toulouse. Praise Saint Brigitte, Bothild has given birth to a perfect little daughter. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy, and you shall be, yes, little Peronella de Villeron. That name shall make it through the ages. May you grow strong and wise. So she's my daughter, and I will obviously. Well, for now, I think Bothild can probably take care of her, or I'll do it myself. Actually, you know what? I'll do it myself. So I shall send out a proposal, and I will look after her myself, and we'll see where we get. But I am more than proud of my wife, who has suffered so much in her very short life, and who has lost an eye, a leg, and who is continually suffering from her wounds. And the healers said that she probably will never properly recover. With concern, we are monitoring the ongoings in the Duchy of Aquitaine, our neighboring country, under Duke Eudes II, who has become a drunkard, lunatic, melancholic, maimed man, lost an arm in battle, and who used to run the court where Ogier was growing up. Unfortunately, as he grows older, he has become quite insane, and he is now currently facing multiple attacks of parts of his holdings that are trying to become independent. And once again, massive amounts of troops march through the countryside, which of course makes us afraid of plagues, but we shall see. Now that we start having children in court again, I will get Volkart to concentrate on educating the children. And with that, if we start by age, Peronella de Villeron, my player ear, has come into being. So she is intelligent, just like me and her mother. So hopefully she will follow in our footsteps. Despite our best efforts, the agents of Leonor, my spy master, have not uncovered any secrets. She doesn't believe there will ever be anything. There's less going on than a graveyard at noon. Well, very well then. Meanwhile, it looks like the armies of Montpellier are attacking and besieging the castle at Albi, and we are staying out of this conflict. But it seems that we were not the only one that the accursed Duke has problems with, and it seems that others have their own claims that they are oppressing. Reports coming in from the east that the holy fire has once again broken out, and we have seen these kind of effects in the past, so we will immediately working towards controlling plagues, and we'll be keeping a very close eye on the spread of this disease. Thus, unfortunately, is the reality of warfare in these days. The unsanitary conditions, the outbreak of plagues in besieged cities and castles, all of these things very rapidly spread as they go. So we'll have to be careful, monitor the situation, and hope that it stays contained. My ward Charles, who has been taken care of by my father, has come of age, and at this time he left my care. Despite being a chatty child, Charles at times finds it difficult to get along with people. Few at any court would be overly impressed by his grasp of etiquette, but at least he knows how to hold his own in polite company. He has become an adequate bargainer, so until we meet again, definitely, but I think not the most... He is my friend, however, but not the most skilled of people. And Aldéric as well, the son of Ebon and Cécile, has come of age. So we are having a few of the boys. Not the best nights out there, and some of them are rather dishonorable. So we shall see how that goes. But yeah. Anyway, so some of the children growing up, and we'll see if there will be more. I think we might start having a lot of. Yeah, we have a fair amount of unmarried people at court at this point, so we might have to start looking for a few. For arranging a few things, especially with the younger folks that we actually want to remain at court. I am sparring with one of my soldiers, sweat beading on my forehead when I experience the uncanny sensation of being watched. Looking over my shoulder, I spot my brother Count Antoine, who waves at me. I walk over to greet him. We talk about our weapon practice for a while, trading tricks and advice. Just as I am about to leave for another round, Count Antoine's face lights up and he suggests we practice together. Yes, absolutely. I am more than happy to do that. So challenge accepted, Antoine. Let's see what you've got, and let's see if your skill with the blade is as good as mine. The sound of axe clashing against spear echoes between the courtyard walls. All eyes are on us. Everybody wants to see their duke fighting his brother. I must be tired from my previous practice because I move sluggishly, unable to keep up with my opponent. When I lunge, he's already gone, and my parries come at the very last moment. It is not long before I find myself on the ground before him. Only cowards surrender. I shall continue the duel. Judging by the exclamations from the crowd, they can hardly believe their eyes as I roll away from Antoine's spear and disarm him in one swift movement. I know it was a dangerous move, but sometimes you have to take great risks to achieve glorious victories. My triumph will not be forgotten, and I got a practice duel for 5 years. Which reminds me, something else has happened. My spy master has left into the night. She was a thief, and somebody who was apparently all around untrustworthy. So I am starting to doubt her very, very surprisingly quick results from Languedoc, that there's absolutely nothing going on there with the evil people. Maybe she was having other machinations. So who do we have available? Unfortunately, we have nobody available in the matter of intrigue. And it looks like Antoine has fallen ill, actually. That is very unfortunate. I hope my brother will recover. as soon as he can. But we are going to need a new spy master, so I think that is a good opportunity. Meanwhile, my bodyguard, hang on, no, court positions, yeah. My bodyguard Mushin Jamalid has found a local Las Isabeau, who he has joined in holy matrimony. Both are now Catholic, although I do suspect that he might practice his previous beliefs in secret. But she is a commoner. She has married into House Jamalid, and he seems to have found his happiness here after he had been pressed into service in the Crusades. But that's not what we're here for. We are here to find someone who's unmarried and who can get us a spy master. So we do have this fellow, Ionas de Corneille. He was here for claims in the north, and I am not here to fight his wars for him. Especially not when we're just establishing ourselves. That leaves Baudouin, who is the son of Emmanuel and Piroshka, and Emmanuel being my master of the horse. So let's see if we can find somebody who has intrigue. Let's see. Okay, yep, we have a Bavarian woman. Unfortunately, she is, of course, an evil blackguard. I mean, what am I expecting? I can find a rational blackguard, a treacherous craven, treacherous antagonists, more rational blackguards, spineless villain. They're all going to be rather difficult. A fearless ravener. That might actually work. She's greedy and bold, but at least she's not... she is a bit delicate, but she is very good at what she does. So she might be a good fit for him. So let's send that proposal and see if we can get her to become our new spy master. We'll see if she's a... so Hermescent is... Wait, is she? Oh no, she's Norman. So yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So she will be here, which means we can employ her as our spy master. Assign her. Perfect. And she is actually not a criminal. So there's that. Which means we're gonna assign her again at the court. At the court of Duke Pont-Guillaume de Languedoc, and see if she can find anything. As my wife speaks a different language from me, she does speak Norse. I will try to learn said language such that we can communicate with each other better. And eventually find more common ground than just the odd circumstances in which we met each other. Because I do know that life at court in a foreign country can be very different from what she probably expected. So understanding her better is a first step towards that. Now I do have another perk. Did I still want to go down to Never Back Down? Or do we go down the... Let's see, what do we need from the Marshall Tree? The Enduring Hardships would be nice, because that's 1 fortification level plus and more, so 10 plague resistance. So... that could also go into for a prepared conscription for lowered maintenance, and this would be pretty nice as well. That said, I don't want to stay on Marshall forever, because it would probably be good to go down the... Well, I think learning would be nice as well, to go into the scholar eventually. and then probably either the whole of body or a few other things that we can do. So I don't want to stay in here forever, but we definitely need to get the strategist things done. So let's do with that. Strategist path. At least get the. I don't think we need that one. Yeah, at least get this part here done, and then I think we can switch. Learning Norse is hard, really hard. I feel there's no more room in my head. It's full. As soon as one word enters my mind, another one falls into the abyss of forgetfulness. I struggle with every lesson. I'm making no progress whatsoever. Fortunately, Charles is always there for me. Keep it up, my implacable friend. I believe in you, he keeps saying. I really am blessed. So I will get encouraged by friends. I can always lean on him for support. We became best friends after he showed some empathy. So actually we might need to see what we can do for him, as he is not particularly skilled in anything, but we will see. We will see what we can do for him eventually. Reports are coming in that the war is going badly for the Duke of Languedoc. He is losing quite significantly against the attackers, and it seems that it is only a matter of time before they are ousted. However, we shall still take a look and see if we can find anything at the court, just to know. And no, there is absolutely nothing going on. So yeah, that is really how it is. And we are waiting for, we're still building the castle in the north, and we're also trying to get the battlements fascination done. It's about 8 more years, so we can start upgrading the buildings inside Toulouse as well. News from Jerusalem, Medea. The queen has begun ritually flagellating herself, and the war against the Byzantine Empire is going very poorly for her. So her religious zeal and overconfidence may end up becoming her downfall. Meanwhile, at home, the bishop, in his old age, approaches me and asks, "We had our differences in the past, but don't you agree that it's time to let bygones?" He wants to bury the hatchet. So I think, yes, this man is old. He probably knows how unqualified he is for the role, and he might have seen that his machinations in driving a wedge into our family have not gone anywhere. So yes, I shall forgive him, because forgiveness is part of the teachings of the Lord, and as such, this is what it is. So Languedoc is burning, and the kingdom of Aragon is fighting for its independence from the Frankian Empire. I think the emperor, who is getting really old, is going to, in his old age, see his empire fall apart. Such is the fate of all empires that have been done through conquest, and rough times are very, very much not peaceful times. I am glad that I have forgiven the old man, because he has died at the age of 76, and he has been replaced by Bishop Alvise of Toulouse, who is a rapacious atheist. I really don't know what's up with the Catholic Church these days. He's greedy and cynical. Well, I am not surprised here. So at least he is somewhat more learned, but a pleasant man he is not. That said, I have no control over this. So the priest of my realm is well, who we have to deal with. At least he's slightly better than the previous one. But may he rest in peace and find forgiveness in the Lord. My father, the great Duke Bernat, died from his wounds a long time ago, yet the flame of his life still shines bright. What surrounded him everywhere now seems to follow me. Many still consider me his son, rather than a man in my own right. Just yesterday an old peasant was praising him as if he was still alive. The time has come to step out of his shadow, to make my mark on the world, to be recognized as the great Duke Aldéric. So I can... so we will lose that, and we will get Shadow of Fame. Or we will continue that way. No, the world shall remember Bernat as my father. So that will be determined to become to step out and get my own fame, or I can go. I will be content to live in the shadow of my own father. No, I think I shall try to step out and become somebody of my own, as the Duke of Toulouse, the worthy successor of my father. After all, I am the carrier of the golden coat of the swan, and I do have to keep a bit of an eye on the expiry on these things. And as such, I am the spiritual successor of not just the son of my father, but also the spiritual successor of his legend. The Duchess has gained architectural expertise. Well done. That's permanent. Well done, Bothild. Good job there. Now we don't want to start a legend. We don't have the coin for it, but we're starting to see an improvement in our income. The church holdings are paying their dues, and my direct holdings as well. Plus, we're building the castle in Quercy, which will have, once it's completed, will have further income as well. So the maintenance of our troops is under control. And Toulouse itself continues to become a shining light of knowledge and development. If we compare that to, say, Paris, I'd say we want Toulouse to become a city that can compete with the great cities in the world. So, for example, if we look at Byzantium, Constantinople, yeah, not quite, but we're getting there. We're getting there. At least in the we have a development map. Yeah, there we go. At least in the area of France, I think we are. Yeah, we're definitely a beacon and shining of light. Okay. What has happened? Well-organized court. Well done. She's tried, but everyone gained 10 opinion of me, despite her best efforts. In the contrary. Well, it is hard when you're not actually speaking the language, but we're close. We're relatively close to completion, actually, on that. Evil begets more evil. The old accursed Duke of Languedoc has been ousted and has disappeared into the countryside. But the one who has so violently replaced him is a murderer, kinslayer, and drunkard, a treacherous ravener, a deceitful man, and honestly, the worst of the worst. So once again, with somebody like that in our neighborhood, we shall have a look and see what's going on at his court. Not him actually. I thought. Hang on. I thought this was replaced. He's the Count of Languedoc. Oh, he has held on to Albi then. So which one is okay? Carcassonne is held directly, so we'll have to go there. Find secrets in Duke Dumonge of Languedoc's court. Yes, let's see what we can find. Our level of splendor has increased, and the The duchy, the House de Villeron is now insignificant, rather than I think obscure was the previous one. So we're working on it. Next step will be noteworthy. Emma, my old seneschal, who had become a drunkard in her old age, has died of old age. Her husband had already, who was with us on the crusade, had already preceded her. And with that, my seneschal has left, which means I need a new one. Do we have anybody around? I would have Tackleff of Nassau, but he is a bit sadistic. I am not particularly... it's not too important because it's control growth, and I can use them to increase the aptitude of other court positions. Who else do we have around? We've got Eleonora, the wife of Paillon. Yeah, I think she would make a. She would. I'm more happy with her disposition. So we shall. I do not wish to have a dishonorable villain in my court on that. So we'll appoint her, and she shall organize the court. And improve everybody's aptitude on things. And then we can employ a wet nurse again. So that means we can get Boslava, who is an excellent wet nurse, appointed, and she shall instill virtue in the children. There we go. More expenses at court, but we have the roles filled once more. The former king of Aragon, Hermenegildo Armengolis de Aragon, has lost his war of independence against the Emperor Eudes of Francia, and as such has been seeking refuge in my court. Now, of course, he has been under a lot of stress lately, but he is calling me a loathsome fopdoodle, and I am not entirely certain what that is, but I'm pretty sure it's actually quite calming. The unprovoked anger expressed by Hermenegildo came as a complete surprise. He has been under a lot of stress lately, but to behave like this, really, as a king, or self-proclaimed king of Aragon, well, he is irritable now. And his spouse, of course, is a treacherous villain, as most women seem to be these days, except for my wife, obviously. So I shall lose 20 stress. It's actually rather calming to see that happening. And I have another perk in the military lifestyle, in the martial lifestyle. So the first we're going to go with is, what do we got? Army movement, travel speed, heavy infantry screen. I can't remember if the heavy infantry would be our Huskarls. They do have a decent amount of screening, so that would be a good one. Or either of them is fine. Let's do the Partisan tactics first, and then we do all these four. Then I'm still wondering if I should go down into enduring hardships. Might be worth it, but I'm also kind of interested to complete the learning and maybe pick up a few things in stewardship. And about 10% vassal tax contributions would actually be nice at this point. The meritocracy, the loyalty. There's a few things that we can do in stewardship as well. So we'll get there eventually. After lots of hard work, I have finally learned the Norse language. Endless hours practicing accentuation, sleepless nights mimicking inflection, countless lessons mastering intonation. It was all worth it in the end. During my efforts, I looked to emulate Duchess Bothild's accent. I'm sure that she would be impressed with my results. And of course, Swedish peasants now respect me a great deal more. I do feel accomplished, and I have learned the Norse language. Sending a letter on her has a 50-50 chance of absolutely insulting her. So let's not do that. I feel accomplished, and I am now at the point where I understand my wife better. She has an improved opinion of me now that we speak the same language. So the cultural differences between us have been reduced, and she, I don't know if she speaks any other languages, but can't really see that. That said, with her staying at court and us now speaking the same language, I think it is time to actually. Well, we've had a weird relationship. We've gotten married basically out of an extreme situation, and sort of out of respect and to a degree, yeah, mutual respect. And we found ourselves in our we found our togetherness in our mutual situations, but we've never really felt a romance towards each other. So. That might be something that we should we should do. So she is ambitious, humble, and generous. So we could sing a ballad. I don't think sparring much is necessarily going to impress her, but I think planting a letter in her chambers is going to be a nice start. She won't resist my charms for long, and maybe maybe we shall officially be romantically involved and not just married out of societal pressures and convenience.